Hi everyone, welcome to Ethernal Realms. We're going to take a look at your February 2022 month ahead tarot prediction. So we have pile 1 here, pile 2, pile 3 and pile 4. Make sure to choose with your intuition. If you're not sure how, visit the video in the ribbon above, but whenever you've made your choice, you can visit the timestamps in the comments and the description box and you can select your reading and we will get started. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. You chose this crystal over here. It represents new beginnings and new potential. I was really drawn to that crystal for your pile. So let's get started and see what your February looks like. Okay, we have Waxing Gibbous Moon Express. So a lot about expression, creative freedom, or you showing more of yourself in everything that you do. I'm also feeling a new mindset related with self-expression. Okay, let's see more cards, and after that, of course, we're gonna get into the week by week breakdown. Okay, I'm excited. Let's see. We have You Are Light. Yes. Then we have the Sacred Flow of Yes. And we have Rise. Yeah, with the rise there, this feels a very phoenix type of depiction over here with that symbol. So scorpionic energies here, kind of transforming yourself. And this feels more like Pisces as well. So there is an incorporation of the depths of Scorpio kind of coming to the surface, and you are being able to create from a very authentic space. Okay. Whether it is literal artistic creativity or it is in the food you make or the work you do or the way you speak or the way you express yourself and so on and so forth. Like there are so many ways of expression, right? But in either case, I'm getting that feeling of there is a shift of mindset which allows you to show yourself into the world in a very different way. There is more hope and optimism this month, and you are more like rising to the occasion and going with the flow, not stopping yourself. I don't see roadblocks and hesitancies. Even if you are going through that right now, this is the month where you're going to be shifting out of that and really starting to pave your own path in a way, or like recognizing more opportunities in front of you which you had not been able to see before. Okay, we have the Death card. The Death card is again very Scorpio. It represents Scorpio, so letting some things that are not needed in your life to pass away, to die into the past, not needing to carry forward that same pattern, that same mindset into the future because it doesn't have a space there, right? So self-limiting beliefs, self-sabotaging ideas, self-hate of any type, or allowing certain people in your life who do not even deserve to get as much attention as you give them. All of that thing, whatever the priority is for you, you're kind of letting that die, okay? We have Seven of Swords, so again that paving your own path, and it can be that you're keeping this creative thing a secret at this time, or you're doing this behind the scenes. Pisces can represent things that are behind the scenes. They don't like to be out there in the spotlight and all of that necessarily. It's more about the work that they do alone or in their calm and tranquil state. That's what gives them the maximum fulfillment. So I feel as though you're still getting the grips of expression, so I don't think you're ready to just publish that outright. It's something that you're gonna have to work on things behind the scenes, and you're not really even telling your friends very much about it, or your family. You're not sharing it too much, right? So even though you have so much going on in the background, you are still seeming the same. You're in the same environment in a tangible, so in the most 3D sense, right? You're still in that same environment, but you're really shifting from within. There you go. We have Six of Swords, which represents transition and movement. Okay, so for some of you might be like applying for certain jobs which might require you to relocate, or it can be that you're applying for schools which are farther away from where you currently are. Suppose you're thinking of transferring a certain course, right? So these are things that are happening in your mind, and you have been contemplating certain things, and you're kind of keeping that in the background because nothing is certain yet, not even within yourself, right? You're still figuring things out. But Six of Swords again represents movement, and it's a universally guided movement. So trust the directions that are being presented to you, and I feel like you are trusting. That's why we have the sacred flow of yes, and you are light, meaning you're trusting your own spirit, your own intuition, and you are allowing the universe to kind of guide you towards that light over here that we see. Whatever brings you that sense of fulfillment. Then we have Seven of Pentacles, which is slow and steady, kind of being patient, dedicated, putting your planting your seeds, kind of being patient with yourself. There's no rush, and you know, February as a month, even astrologically speaking, is not very chaotic. Okay, it's kind of like, yes, there is partly Mercury retrograde and then the shadow period after the Mercury retrograde, which kind of is like stew in the idea, sit with it and kind of take it easy, you know, absorb it. You don't have to rush into anything as of yet. Mercury retrograde requires us to go within and go backwards, kind of assess where we have been so far and what is that making sense for our future plans. If not, how can we re-evaluate? How can we recalibrate? What other seeds need to be planted? What more work can we do in order to maximize its productivity and efficiency? So let's say you are thinking about, you know, moving away from your certain place that you are right now. What more do you need to do? How much more time do you need to spend in order to make that a reality, right? Because when you put in the work and the time, then the results will show of that, right? Including your mindset, of course, right? It's not just that, you know, you keep working really hard on the very surface level, but from within you're secretly thinking, oh, maybe I can't achieve it, or maybe I can't do it, because that is also impacting the energy that you're putting into that work, right? So there is that combination of mindset shift plus how that translates into the work you are doing. And we have Six of Pentacles, so there is a lot more balance between what you give and what you're receiving, whether it is in a business sense or in terms of your effort, in terms of mindset, in terms of the interactions that you have within this month. Okay? A lot of things going on. But basically a lot more progress towards balance and a lot more stability as well coming through for you. Okay, let's get into the week by week breakdown. Week 1 of February 2022 for Pile 1 viewers, please. How does that look? Pile 1, week 1. Okay, so we have Chariot, quite fast moving. I would not have expected that. Then we have Seven of Wands, a lot of sevens, Seven of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. And we also have 2 sixes here, which is interesting. Sixes are about harmonizing and sevens are kind of more, we have 7 the Chariot as well. So a lot of sevens, that can be something very important for you. And we have the 9 of Swords. Yeah, so there can be this like, oh, I want to do this, I want to achieve that, I want to get this done and that done and so on and so forth. But there can at the same time be an overthinking mindset, because 9 of Swords is about anxiety and overthinking, but it is always like self-created. Okay, you kind of entertain the illusions that the ego or the fearful mind kind of shows you, and you entertain that a bit much, and that causes, you know, all of us kind of sadness and negative self-talk and so on and so forth. But I love that 7 of Wands is over there, which means you're standing your ground and you're trusting your own gut instinct a lot more than what the ego is saying, or what the various amounts of self-hate and self-talk or self-sabotage or whatever negative patterns that you know you are working with say or have to, you know, infect you rather, that's the correct word. There is no infection that you are letting into your life. Even though you entertain it for a little bit, you know that this is something that a part of your mind is still working with. And everyone has that little voice, that little side, if you're struggling with that, right? But I love that that's not stopping you, it's not holding you back, because the Chariot is about forward movement. And as long as you, again, trust that intuition and that gut instinct, as long as you trust your light and you stand your ground, the Chariot will keep moving forward. The more and more you entertain and give space to the fearful mind instead of that strong voice or that strong self, this Chariot comes to a standstill. Okay, so keep that in mind. And everyone has their own process, so I'm not going to say that one day of anxiety is enough and then you should get back up, because it's not about what you should do, it's what you honestly feel like, right? So make sure to be authentic with yourself. If you're facing some negativity in your surroundings, kind of address that as well. Because, you know, some people feel better after a good cry, and they can actually pick themselves up much faster once they let it out, right? It's a method of letting it out instead of stifling it. Right? So again, different people have different processes, so just make sure you respect that, because Seven of Wands is about respecting yourself and your own process, your own way of functioning. Okay. Pile 1 viewers, February week 1. Yes, we have Scorpio again. Yeah. Oh wait, we have the moon in Scorpio sometime. No, that is January last week. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was just thinking of something. Okay. Scorpio, so again, transformation. Scorpio can also rule like the shadows, right? Things that are usually in denial that we don't like to admit to ourselves. But it keeps coming to the surface because those are some things that need to be dealt with. Okay, that's what gives us the strongest sense of self, because you know who you are behind the light, behind the shadows. You know your hidden motivations, you know your subconscious programming. All of those things are kind of ruled within Scorpio over there. So I guess some of those shadowy parts are kind of coming up to the surface here, and that's the reason why you are also recognizing more and more of your own self-worth here. Yeah. I'm contemplating which deck to use now. Or should I just... Yeah, I'm gonna go to the charms. Some charms for pile 1, week 1 of February. Yeah, there you go. We have a bird in a cage, we have the moon, and we have an airplane. So letting yourself free, that's something you're working on. First week itself, you're learning to trust your intuition more and not to listen to that fearful side of the mind, because the fear stems from the ego, from, you know, listening to the past conditioning more than having faith in yourself, right? Having faith in the limitless possibilities that you already have. It's not a thing that you acquire over time. What we actually acquire is the realization of our potential instead of the potential itself, right? So I see more of that happening here. You're becoming more and more free, and you know, airplanes, that's really fast moving, so again, kind of correlates with the Chariot again there. Okay, how about week 2? February week 2 for pile 1 viewers, please. February week 2. Yeah, we have the Seven of Swords, which we already had here. So making plans, kind of contemplating what can be done. That is already happening in week 2. Again, a 7. I'm telling you, and we have 16, the Tower, which again adds up to 7. Very divine number. I would really suggest that you search about it. Really, I would really recommend that. Yeah, maybe search about it. You can find some more clues about the guidance that you're receiving. It can make like special sense to you when you read about it. I generally look at the Willow Soul, but there are many others. I used to like look at many different websites and kind of compile the meanings there. But yeah, it's up to you. Okay. One more card, please. Week 2, February. For pile 1. Yes, thank you. Yeah, the wheel. Amazing. So big changes happening in week 2. A lot of shifts. Really a lot of shifts. The Tower, I like to, have that phrase of like break down in order to break through. Okay, the Tower it doesn't break down for no reason. Okay, things just don't crumble and fall all over the place without having any purpose. It only crumbles when the base is not strong. So, like I was saying before, fear comes when things are based on others and other conditioning and what we have learned during childhood, unresolved conflicts and karmas that we just shove aside because it's just easier to shove aside. But sooner or later, it will bubble up to the surface and it will become tougher and tougher the more we ignore. But as soon as we start facing things and doing that shadow work, Seven of Swords is giving that feeling of shadow work. He's not afraid in the moonlight. He's not afraid to go out in the dark and, take whatever resources he has with him and just go for it. Just go for it. What's the word? There is a big sense of courage and kind of a rebellious attitude, but in this case, kind of rebelling against that negative voice. Not to, wage war with it, but really to confront it and to see it and be like, yes, what's up? Why do I keep doing this? What happened? Why do I keep feeling this? Right? Need to address all of these things. So a lot of these past mindsets that are not serving you anymore, that is going to crumble and fall away because you are the one going to make it happen. And because of that, you are cycling up in your life to no extent. Like seriously, this is so much upcycle and upgrade. This is that rise situation, that card that we got here. This is reminding me of that again. So you're ascending yourself. The Wheel of Fortune is the card for luck and prosperity, and it is related with Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is again luck and fortune, Jupiterian, expansive and optimistic, so much fortune, right? So you're recognizing your own worth, you're recognizing the things that are around you, which you can be a lot more grateful for. And also by doing that, you're becoming a magnet, because Jupiter, again, is such a big planet. It has so many moons. It is the planet of abundance for a reason. It gravitates these things towards itself. So the Wheel of Fortune as well acts in such a way. You raise your vibe, therefore you attract more prosperity. It doesn't happen for free. You are the one making your life happen, right? And Seven of Swords is again taking matters into your own hands. The Chariot is about the same thing. Seven of Wands is also about the same things. Okay, taking things into your own hands. One more. Let's go astrology card. Week 2. Power 1 viewers, February. Yes. We have Descendant, yes. Shadow, denial, projections, and opposites attract, yes. Really, taking gunk out, not letting it stay inside. It's kind of like, Scorpio rules the excretory system, okay? It doesn't sound pleasant. I know, it doesn't sound pleasant. But what are you gonna do? Will you sit there and not go? That's crazy. You will get sick, right? You will get sick. It's inevitable. Same goes for the shadowy parts that we have within us. You have to deal with it. You must get it out. You must express it out. Whether it is only with yourself or with some close friends that you know you can rely on. It can even be with your spiritual team. It doesn't matter. But regardless, you must express it. You must get it out. The more you push it aside, the sicker you get. It's inevitable. And so I'm not making it up. I don't make the rules. I'm one of you. I go through this process as well, and I would like it always to be rainbows and sunshine, but it doesn't work that way, right? So we're dealing with all of that, and we're really rising. Honestly, it's a different type of rise as compared to what you have experienced before. Week 2, please. Week 2, pile 1. Okay, let's see what we have. We have snowflake, yeah, realizing your uniqueness. We have expression with the bird here, sing your song basically, and don't feel afraid to sing your song. And we have, what do we have? 6 of Wands. Yes, there is success that is going to follow. And we have G. This can be some type of initial that is significant to you, but it also, to me, when I see the G, I think of growth, greenery. For some reason, greenery is the sign of abundance and prosperity as well, right? It's of nature being on your side, you being synchronized with the natural rhythms of the universe and things like that. And you're really becoming your own person in an intrinsic sense. Of course, things take more time to develop in the external reality, but you're making astounding progress in week 2. You're not running away, you're getting more grip of yourself. 6 of Wands, like I said, is triumphant. It's achievements, it's accolades, getting appreciation, being celebrated for the work that you do. So if you have been, like I said, this can be like putting certain plans that you already have in motion, and you're doing that behind the scenes, and you actually see things that, you know, for example, it makes you feel really good, and you find your sense of fulfillment, and that might require you to leave some certain habit behind or shift your schedules in a way that, you know, you can't do a certain thing that you are right now. So, but it is because of that feeling of achievement that you get, feeling of accomplishment. Yes, you know, I'm doing good. Yes, I should keep growing this. Yes, I should, you know, keep gathering momentum like this, right? I should keep at it, and it can bring me the success, right? So a lot of shift, to say the least, happening in the first and the second weeks. Okay, week number 3. Pile 1 viewers, February. Week 3 of February, please. Oh my god, the synchronicities are crazy. We have death and rebirth. We have the King of Cups. And we have the Knight of Wands. Let's get you the astrology card, and then I'll just interpret them all together. Week 3. A Scorpio might play a very vital role in your life. If you have any around you, can really play a very vital role. Or any other water sign, really, because King of Cups. But, you know, honestly, I would say Scorpio the most. Yeah, Scorpio the most. Yeah, we have Mars as passion, anger, action, courage, desire, and competition. So, the transformation, I feel, is being completed by week 3. And you're really stepping out of this, and you have become so much more mature, so much more empathetic, so much more compassionate. You have greater depths than you had originally imagined. You're very emotionally connected with the people around you, with the things that you do. King of Cups is also a sign of prosperity, but it is more about like emotional bliss and knowing in your heart of hearts that things that you are wanting, the life that you want to live, the life you want to create is definitely possible. So there is a newfound optimism and hope that follows the death. And of course there is still that, you know, like, oh yeah, I'm still raw from the shadow work that I did, from the difficult things I have acknowledged. it takes time for you to fully step into the light, and it's, again, like I said, it's not going to be immediate sunshine, right? Like life doesn't work that way. So I will not give you useless optimism that cannot be really realized by you, but you have had many realizations and epiphanies, and you are starting to employ them in your day-to-day life in week 3. You have a new zest. You want to find your passion. If you have your passion, you're willing to follow that a lot more. You're taking more action. You're feeling more spontaneous. More creativity is going to follow you around. You're spiritually a lot more connected. You recognize yourself a lot more. You appreciate yourself a lot more. Knight of Wands is that sense of adventure and adrenaline. So there can be an unexpected travel to a close by space perhaps, but it doesn't matter. The Six of Swords is also about travel. So changing your place a little bit can make you feel much, much more connected and satisfied with where you are headed. You're paying attention to the things that you want in your life instead of the things that you don't have, things that you need, or things that you haven't had, and so on. You're just focusing on things that make you happy and give you what you want in whatever measure that is possible. Okay, it's week 3. Viewers. Let's see, yes, we have the Starfish, we have 10 of Wands, and we have L. Yeah, doing things that you love, and Starfish also reminds me of rebirth, because if you cut off the tentacle, it doesn't die, it's gonna grow back, right? So it's kind of like, just because you lose and it's important, sometimes it sheds it by itself because one arm is kind of infected, so it doesn't want that arm anymore, and it knows that it's going to grow back, so it's not a problem. It's a method for it to remove the toxicities that have built up, right? So that's the death and rebirth, literally, like the rebirth is happening here, and you're kind of losing a lot of the weight, metaphorical or literal, depending on what you are working on, but letting the burdens that you put on yourself loose a little bit so that you can live, laugh, love, have fun, just, again, the letting loose is really coming through here. Very nice, newfound zest, honestly. Okay. Then we have week 4 for pile 1. Week 4. How is week 4 looking? Yes, get your astrology cards, week 4, pile 1. Week 4, pile 1, February. Yeah, nice. Okay, let's just see this. Page of Swords. 8 of Swords. And the Sun. Yeah. A lot more clarity, a lot more. And that hope and optimism, you're starting to feel that more and more as the weeks go by. We have Venus here, which is love, beauty, art, harmony, and relationship. So you're making a lot more progress with self-love and forming more authentic connections around you as well. Learning more about things that make you really happy. Knight of Wands is kind of following that enthusiasm and courage, right? So over here, Page of Swords is spending a lot more deliberate time kind of thinking about the things that you like about, and not holding yourself back. If there are some more hesitancies that you feel, then you will be working on that immediately, but it's going to be so much easier than week 1 and 2. But one thing I would like to tell you is with the week 1 and 2, there will be a lot of guidance around you. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune is also about that Jupiterian kind of protection, and Seven of Wands is as well. You're protected and you have help. You have protected and you have help. So whenever there are a lot of chaotic energies going on in our lives, and also shadow work that we do, we always have our spiritual advisors with us. Okay, our spirit squad is always with us around these times because we need them, right? We need that support, so they will always be there. Just keep that in mind. You're not alone at any time, and all of these things are happening for your health, okay, for you. So it's not, I don't see any of this as a negative thing at all. It's very wrong to kind of, I know, ironic, but it's very wrong to classify things as just this is good and this is bad, right? It's always a spectrum, and it's based very much on perception. And given that this is for your betterment and for your future advancement, I would not see this as a bad thing that's happening. Not at all. Okay, and seeing the week 3s and 4s, this already looks very optimistic. You have a very healthy sense of hope and self-worth, really. Like you're still critical, like about the work you do or the amount of adventurous spirit you can really embody, but you're not holding yourself back because of that. You're not dictating that out of fear, but instead you're letting your true nature shine a bit more. You're polishing the crafts and the interests and the hobbies that you have already, and you're learning more about that. It is also about reading a lot and listening to informational, educational, motivational type of videos or podcasts, whatever you prefer. And that is kind of giving you so many different ideas. It's opening your mind up to many different possibilities, and you're seeing things that you had not seen before, which again reaffirms that hope, light, and positivity that I was getting. And we have You Are Light, which was the first card there, and the sun is light, right? It's the source of light. So your spirit is shining a lot more. You are acknowledging it a lot more, and you're again following that light much easier, and that's what restores that fulfillment within you. Because whenever we are spiritually connected, we feel that lightness and happiness. It's inevitable. Okay, very nice. Week 4, see what we have. We have the Tower, and we have the Four of Cups. Getting out of that stagnancy, getting out of anything that was uninspiring. Like I said, breaking down in order to break through this type of barrier. And in week 3 itself, we were talking about how you can acknowledge. I don't remember, but at some point I said that you can appreciate the people that you have around you a lot more, or the things that you have around you already a lot more. So that's kind of coming through in week 4, and also with the love and harmony, the relationships that you have. Venus also rules aesthetics. So again, the appreciation of things and people around you, the relationships you have formed so far, whether you're still in touch with them or not, and what they have taught you, so on and so forth. Everything is kind of coming to the forefront, and you're seeing them from a new perspective and a new light, basically. And you're appreciating things for what they are, because you're recognizing them for what they are a lot more than you have done before. Okay, I'm not saying that you don't appreciate them right now, but this is a lot more in that same spectrum there. And I didn't notice this, but we have a starfish right here with the King of Cups. So I guess in week 3, King of Cups is a spirit that you're kind of embodying, or you have someone around you with the water sign and the descriptions that I talked about, very emotionally and spiritually attuned and mature. And it can be your spirit guide as well. full of love and compassion and empathy, kind of there to be supportive, has a very calming energy, and what else? Kind of restores that balance and tranquility within you, gives you a sense of hope and optimism, and allows this rebirth to happen. So it can be a person around you, but also that you are embodying this, and also it can be a spirit guide. Again, depends who you have around you. And yeah, like some people are a lot more independent in the way they function with the whole shadow work and everything. So in that case, they don't need so much as a physical person as the spiritual connection with themselves. And if you already do a lot of shadow work, then this is more about your spirit kind of evolving into the next stage, right? Meanwhile, if you have friends who embody this type of characteristic, then they can really help you out with their own guidance, right? Okay, a lot happening this month. Did not expect this when I started, but I will get you some advice here. Okay, some advice for pile 1 for their February. Okay, that's enough then. Alright. So we have Vulture. Accept the inevitable. Let go of the past and welcome a rebirth to begin. Very accurate. Then we have let go of others' thoughts and opinions. It is time to embrace who you really are. That's very 7 of Wands there. And we also have Bluebird. You are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. Yes. Very King of Cups, the Sun, the Knight of Wands. Awesome. Some affirmations for them and the words of encouragement for pile 1, please, for this month. What would you like to say to them? Yeah, I choose love no matter what. Love is unconditional, it is accepting, it is forgiving, it is appreciative, it is humble. There are so many ways you can describe love, and again, it doesn't necessarily mean the romantic type of love. It is just love as a concept. It again refers to yourself as well, right? Then we have energy flows where my intention goes. Yeah, that's kind of important, right? Okay, something else to keep in mind. And we have, my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. Yeah, this is again talking about the transformative things that we were talking about before, right? But faith is something that is very important here. The more you meditate, or the more you pray, or whatever you prefer, in whichever way you connect with yourself, do that. Maybe journal, diary, because Page of Swords can talk about all things communication related. So reading, writing, learning, journaling, all of those things are related here. Do that, sum it up, kind of reaffirm it in your mind where you want to be headed and how you can get there as far as you know as of this time, right? So because that really helps with where you're going to proceed towards, proceed from now onwards. Okay, so that's what I have for you, pile 1. I really hope this reading helps you out and gives you a lot more insights and guidance into the month ahead. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, like the video if you like the reading, and share and subscribe as well. If you want a personal reading, you can always reach me via my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box and the comment below. Feel free to check out any of my other videos. They're all there on my channel. But until next time, take care. Bye. Hi pile 2, welcome to your reading. You chose this stone over here. It's a rhodonite. Helps with dealing with heart matters, so I'm really curious to see what's going on for you. I actually got a lot more cards for you than I did for pile 1, so I'm real curious here. Okay, we have new moon begin. Awesome, that's very nice, right? New beginnings and new potential being realized, manifesting, setting your intention, setting certain goals, and like really getting started. Like, okay, the first word for my book, or the first word for my poetry, or whatever. Okay, anything that you're doing, just getting started already. Okay. Let's get you the oracle cards first, and then I will do the tarot. We have overthinking can spoil the magic, so there is no point overthinking, right? And we have 0, 0 over here again, which corresponds to the Fool card, and that talks about, again, jumping into the unknown and not pulling yourself back so much, having some more faith in the universe, in yourself, to carry forward in whatever adventure you want to be seeking, right? So taking that first leap and taking that leap of faith finally. Okay, then we have move beyond intention to belief. Okay, that's very nice, because not only are we saying it out loud into the universe that, okay, this is what I want to be creating, and my intention is to create such and such life or mindset or emotional stability or surroundings and so on, but it's even more important to believe in what we are saying, right? We can't say things that we secretly believe to be unattainable or too good to be true, or so on and so forth, right? There are so many limiting beliefs that we have, and that can lead us to overthink, and that spoils the manifestation coming through much faster than it normally does. But we're moving towards that belief state. Okay, then we have find your sacred flow. Yeah, stepping into that flow of the universe, respecting your own natural rhythms and respecting the universe's as well, trusting in divine timing, basically. And you're kind of using those rhythms to, pave the way. So you're listening to your intuition and instincts a lot more, and that's what is giving you that trust and the faith that you need in order to truly believe that you can have whatever you want, that you truly want. It's not based on societal norms and beliefs and so on. We have a new moon happening on 1st and 2nd of February itself, so that's a very perfect way to be beginning the month. And we have limitations inspire innovations. Yeah, so doing whatever you can given the things that you have, the people the whatever physical limitations that you may have. And also this kind of talks about that you can't innovate if at one point you did not think that you're not doing enough, or you don't have enough, or whatever it is, right? If you feel limited or restricted in many ways, you kind of have to look for inspiring, innovative ways to do things, right? So it kind of brings that side out of you more. So if you are in a restrictive position at this time, this is talking more about it doesn't matter what the physical restrictions or limitations are. If you want to do something, you will find a way to do it, right? In whatever measure that you can. Okay, we have 5 of Wands. We have 4 of Pentacles. We have the Child of Swords or the Page of Swords. We have Queen of Wands. Yeah. We have the Strength card. And we also have the 10 of Cups. Beautiful. So what starts out with I don't know, that I can't do this, I can't do that, maybe I don't have this resource or that resource, or I don't have that time, or I can't put that much effort and I don't have that much space, whatever. There are many reasons why the conflict can happen. The 5 of Wands represents conflict within ourselves generally too, where do I spend my energy and what is of priority to me. When things are clashing, that's when we get the 5 of Wands. And the 4 of Pentacles is about keeping your cards, not really cards, but keeping things that are valuable to you, close to you, being protective about things, and if taken to the extreme, then it can be about overprotectiveness and defensiveness, but it stems from a place of oh, I don't know though, I don't trust the outside, I can only trust what I have, right? That's where it's kind of the overthinking is taking place, and also you're limiting your own self by not letting it flow, because when you're holding something too tight, you're not really believing that you can have something greater, that you can dream bigger. But that is very much shifting this month. And Child of Swords is about finding new and innovative ways to change your mindset, to change your surroundings, to suit that mindset, being able to communicate your intentions very clearly to the universe, and taking steps to really explore more things, understand, experiment, these type of things here in the areas that you are interested in. You're kind of being more discerning of where you put your energy, your mind space, and with whom or in what situations do you choose to emotionally attach yourself. The Strength card being there is very, very encouraging, because yeah, you have the tenacity to grow through anything that comes your way. It is not bothering you anymore. So it's kind of like through adversity you bloomed into a wonderful flower here. You're blossoming more and more into your own highest self, and that's something that is bringing you such deep fulfillment that we see with the 10 of Cups. There is more passion and more drive, more motivation, and you find a lot more inspiration in this month. Okay, let's get to week 1. February week 1 for pile 2 viewers. Yes, okay, we have 3 cards already. And we'll get you an astrology card. Pile 2 viewers, week 1, please. Week 1 Feb. Yeah, just take this. Okay, let's see. We have 2 of Pentacles, we have the Empress, and we have the Star. This is so. I guess a lot of you are manifesting, and if you're not, then maybe think about it, because this is connecting to the universe and setting your wishes out into the universe. The moon is over there, and there is a way to manifest to the moon. Speaking to it and conveying what you want to in order to soothe yourself, soothe your soul to the moon itself. We use moon cycles, full moons to release and new moons to create or begin something new for us. And yeah, there is that dynamic kind of going on. You're using the spiritual world, or not using, that sounds kind of weird, but you're connecting with your own spiritual side a lot more, and therefore with the universe, in order to manifest and raise your own vibe and align with the things that you want in a tangible sense. So if you want to create your own jobs, or you want to get a certain job or into a certain school, you're kind of manifesting that to happen into your reality, right? So set your intentions, because it really has big chances of coming true. And also this can talk about if you already have a certain job and you're also building your own business on the side, then you will start juggling things a lot more. You will take on more tasks on yourself that make you more fulfilled, creative, and active, proactive in your own life, taking things into your own hands and kind of seeing how you manage and juggle these different tasks. We also have the 5th house, which rules fun times, creativity, and artistic pursuits. It also rules it rules passion that we were talking about there. So it's very nice. But I'm gonna say that it's a little bit low key. It's kind of, you're looking for that passion, you're finding that passion, and you're finding that passion within yourself to go ahead and pursue the things that you want to pursue. Okay, so it's more of an internal process is what I'm mainly getting. But you're like, oh, I want to do more of this, and it can be also spending more time doing hobbies, or trying to find certain hobbies and making time for that in order for your own emotional and mental well-being. Going with the flow is as well emphasized here with the Empress, because it's a divine feminine. Okay. Power 1 viewers. Sorry, I said pile 1. I meant pile 2. In my head I said pile 2. Anyway. Okay, so we have Wheel of Fortune, we have the Anchor, and we have the Flower. Yeah, so again, the flower is very fertile, very abundant, connected with the divine feminine, and the anchor is kind of what solidifies you, what puts you in place and doesn't let you just waft in and out without any aim, right? You need to have some gravity to you in order to make things move in a channeled way. So that's nice. And we have a Wheel of Fortune, of course, which is luck, abundance, prosperity, and again, manifestations connecting with the universe, very Sagittarian and Jupiterian, which is about awareness and knowledge and ascension of ourselves. Okay, so a lot happening there, very connected. You're very connected with the universe. Make sure to use it, as best that you want and as best as you can. Okay, pile 2 viewers, week 2, February. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. That just really slipped. Okay, the world. The world, okay. What else? Pile 2 viewers, week 2. One more card can I have? Yes, I'll take this one. Okay. I don't know why it's being so slippery. Okay, we have 2 of Swords. And we have the 3 of Wands. Yeah, kind of letting go and leaving behind any confusing internal conflicts and dilemmas that you have been having. If there are 2 ways being presented to you, if there are like multiple opportunities that present themselves, if you're looking for a job, then it might be in jobs. If you're looking for school, then it's in schools. Whatever it is you're looking for, I'm trying to find, then there could be many different options. Even if you're looking for like certain hobby, you might like 2 different things and you don't have as much time to do both. So you're gonna have to choose one over the other. So there can be that, a little bit of a conflict happening in week 2. I don't see this as a big deal, really. So I don't think it's massive decisions here, but it's kind of how am I going to move forward? I'm leaving behind I'm closing out a certain chapter. I don't need that type of mindset anymore. I don't need that type of lifestyle anymore. But moving forward, which way am I going to go? And what am I going to choose here? That's the card for 2 of Swords. And the solution is to, again, rely on the universe and listen to your intuition. Because logically thinking, the solution might not be as clear at this time. Okay, 3 of Wands is looking at the optimistic point of view and having faith that the manifestations will come. And it is very likely that the manifestations will come in week 2 itself. Okay. Week 2, February, for pile 2. Yes, we have Descendant, Shadow, Denial, Projections, and Opposites Attract. Okay, if you're trying to manifest a partner, 5th house also rules like dates and affairs and love life and all that, the fun parts. And very romantic as well, because Leo normally sits there. So it can be that you attract a variety of partners. All of a sudden they, make their confessions or, just in whatever way, right? There is a way of getting more than one, and that can be leading to confusion again, but for a whole different reason, right? Yeah, okay, let's get you some charms here. Week 2, oh wow, okay. We have P, we have O, and we have Z. We have 7 of Swords, and we have the Hierophant. No wait, this is 5 of Swords, I'm sorry. 5 of Swords and Hierophant. Okay. Yeah, 5 of Swords again, I would like kind of relate to the vibe that I'm getting with the Shadow and the 2 of Swords there. And Hierophant as well is very Jupiterian, kind of spiritually connected, actually very spiritually connected. It also pays attention to the rules, laws, structures. Some of you might be like traveling abroad, or you might get some college applications approved from abroad and you have multiple opportunities. And it's kind of a confusing choice between what you're going to choose and what not. So the Shadow in this case is, why are you limiting yourself to explore the bigger option? That can be for some of you again. 5 of Swords related to that can be admitting defeat or accepting defeat in that way. Like, it's very competitive, and maybe I can't do it, so I don't know, maybe I should not go for the more risky one, right? But at the same time, you want to also take that shot, right? So it can be applicable for like college applications and also jobs or houses. Again, whatever it is that you're really manifesting. There can be that speed bump over here of are you feeling fully ready to embark on a new journey? Because it happens, right? You do get that bit of a hesitation when it's something brand new, or it can be a bit staggering that the universe immediately heard and there you go, here you go, this is what you wanted, right? And then it can be that, wow, that's amazing, I did not expect it so soon, and I don't know what to do now. There's a little bit of that thing going on. But again, I don't see that as a problem, because ultimately you're moving forward with whatever is in your highest good, and you know that, okay? So, like I said, listen to your intuition, because the mind can be really confusing at this time because of the fear-based thinking. Okay. Week 3 for pile 2 viewers. Week 3. Oh my god, yes. We have the Fool there. Finally, there you go. You are taking that leap of faith. You are trusting that unknown. So many major arcanas. There's a big month. And that's crazy because there's not as much happening astrologically. Yeah, but I guess whatever is happening is related with the personal planets, and yeah, okay, fine. Never mind. Excuse the rambling. Okay. Week 3. Amazing. We have the Emperor, which is establishing new rules, new structure, new habits, patterns. I say new because we have the Fool there. And we have, wow, all 3 major arcana. We have Justice. Justice as contracts and partnerships, balance, fairness, equality, any legal things that are going on here, or you need to get done, you're really doing that. Okay. So again, if you need to choose a new school, choose one particular school, then you're kind of doing the approval and there is go ahead, and you've made the leap, and now it is kind of needed to follow through, and what next needs to happen, right? Okay. So with so many zeros, this would be 0, 0, 0, and 0 again. This is really, really clean slate, new beginning. Week 3. In week 3 on 16th, we have the full moon in Leo. That can mean something. Then we have Mercury, communication, mind, intellect, reasoning, and language. Yeah, this is also about like learning, because it's connected with Gemini. New things to learn again, and it's good to sign all these or make these big life decisions after Mercury goes direct anyway. So I like that it's in the 3rd week. Round about that time it'll be out of the shadow period as well. So yeah, it's a good time to be making all these signatures, and make sure to read all the documents carefully. That's something that you should do anyway, but if it's around Mercury retrograde, make sure to look at it a little bit more. Okay, so yeah, contracts can be signed, legal documents go ahead, and you get a lot more clarity this week. You're thinking much more clearly as well. Okay. In a more balanced perspective, that's what I mean. Okay, week 3. We have G, and we have this angel sitting on the moon. Yeah, it's a gift, it's a guidance. You're getting guidance and you're getting so much support. You're being watched by your spirit squad, so you don't have to be worried or fearful. No wonder there's like a backing up of so much optimism and hope and motivation. There's that backdrop of positivity that kind of eggs you along on your journey and kind of nudges you gently, giving you support and signs and synchronicities and so on and so forth in order to, make themselves known. So wholesome. I really like it. So week 3 is very, very good. Okay. Week 4. We have King of Pentacles, which is feeling fully established, feeling safe and secure, having abundance. Again, if this is about choosing a job, then this is like you earn more and you feel more secure and stable, more benefits, and everything else that you need. Is this prosperity and abundance in a very earthly and material sense. So in whatever way that means for your specific situation, that's what this is signifying. Okay. 2 more cards. Okay, we have 7 of Cups. Many possibilities and choices open up to you. And we have the Sun card. Very nice. So you're very, very happy and fulfilled and content in week 4. You see the many different options laying ahead of you, and it's kind of the future is not written in stone, and I'm free to make my choices from now on. It can feel in week 3 as though you have released a sort of karmic tension as well. Again, for some of you, depending on whatever you're dealing with. I really like that we have the Divine Feminine in week 1 and we have Divine Masculine in week 2. Some of it can really be about partnerships, an unexpected relationship perhaps, or if you are already in a relationship, kind of taking it one step further, and you're establishing your own home or advancing in whatever way you see fit for your relationship. Okay, 1 more card. Let's go. Pile 2, week 4. Yes, we have Taurus, which is income, possessions, again, that material wealth and self-esteem, security, safety, stability, all of those things. Very Taurian there. You're feeling much better about yourself and the life that you're living. Okay, we have D and we have 3 of Cups. So a reason to celebrate, again, that feeling of joy. You're celebrating with your friends and you're sharing with your friends, siblings, and just the close personal relationships that you have. The alphabets, by the way, they can be related with, your initials or someone significant in your life, their initials, and or the possible partner that you might come across, their initials. It can be the initial of a place as well, of course, because it's still general, depending on what you're really curious about, what you're manifesting. So it can be related to all of that. Yeah, but regardless, you're kind of doing what is best for you, doing what feels right, what feels the best. Again, with the 7 of Cups, you still have to make that final choice based on intuition. But it just doesn't have that confusion. It's not, it does, but it's not strenuous. It's not stressful. It's like, should I do this? Should I do this? It doesn't have any constraints tied to it as such. The only risk with the Seven of Cups is that it just remains all up in the air and just remains in the head and you're not doing anything about it. But I see the King of Pentacles and Taurus here, so I feel like you will pick one or two, whatever you can manage, and move forward with that. Kind of like, if you're going to, go ahead with the college, then it can be about choosing the housing, like where would you like to live, and both areas are fine, or all three areas are fine, but one over the other, let's see which one to choose. It's all very pleasant in that way. Okay, let's get you some advice for pile 2. Thank you, February, please. Some advice for them. We have Raven. The universe is calling you to notice important synchronicities. Yeah, like zeros for one, and O, right? O as a 0. Very nice. Next. Okay, then we have White Swan. The power of divine grace is within you. Yes. That awakening to your spiritual side of things, connecting a lot more spiritually, finishing out all chapters and knowing that your squad is with you. Okay, then we have Chickadee. The time is right to release old patterns and energies. You are ready to embrace change. Yes, you are ready. And we have Grouse, which is embrace the power of dance and movement to access your highest guidance. So this is asking you to like exercise more, or like go for that move and literal dance that can free up your any type of sticky energy in your vibe to expel. Also very much related with the Empress there. Exercise doesn't have to be only running or gym. It can be yoga and Pilates as well. It can be any number of things really. It's just a little bit of stretching or walking around the house and whatever. Whenever you feel like really confused, kind of have a change of space or move a little bit to get your mind off that and kind of refresh yourself. That can really help to get more clarity at this time. Okay. Some words of encouragement. What would you like to tell pile 2? What would you like to tell pile 2 for February? Yes, in every moment the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. Yes, a lot about that mindset shift and having that faith and knowing that you are in alignment, and because you are listening to the guidance that the universe is giving you anyway, and also that there is that backdrop of pure unconditional love kind of pushing you along to your highest, best self and life. Okay, so that's what I have for you, pile 2. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope this reading gives you a lot of insights for your month ahead. And yes, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Like the video if you like the reading, share and subscribe as well. If you want a personal reading, you can always reach me via my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box and the comment below. Feel free to check out any of my other readings. They're all there on my channel. Pick whatever you want, whenever you want. But until next time, take care. Bye. Hi pile 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the Sunstone over here, which is a very empowering stone. So let's see what you have here. We have Waxing Crescent Faith. Awesome. So your February is about developing faith, about creating, building faith, really believing in it, setting your intentions, following through, all with the backdrop of, yes, I can do it. I don't see the results yet perhaps, but I can see that I can do it. I have belief, I have faith in myself, in the divine order of things, in divinity itself, in my own spirituality, and so on and so forth. Okay, then we have creator air. So the things you are saying is going to be very important here. Your mindset, the things you are saying to yourselves and also other people, how you are listening to others, what you think when you're alone. So your mindset itself is going to be a very powerful tool for you in February. We also have find your sacred flow. So sacred flow is connected with the sacral chakra, that is related with creativity, your own form of creation, your self-expression, and finding that, following that, listening to your divine feminine. All of those things are related here. So mind and the heart are aligning forces this month for you. That is exactly what is removing all types of conflicts from your surroundings and providing you with a path to move forward. Okay, then we have changes connected with card number 10. So this is about personal development and transformation. This is about creating and seeing the changes in your external reality, not just gestating on it or just thinking about it, but also making those changes. But of course, a very important component of any external change is going to be making changes from within, right? So that's very awesome. Next we have Guardian of Cups or the Queen of Cups. Emotionally, spiritually very attuned and heightened, feeling compassionate and loving and giving and loved, and you're allowing yourself to receive. There is so much more acceptance, so much more empathy. We have Seven of Wands, which is becoming unique, finding your own sacred flow, right? So you're standing up to what feels right to you, what makes you feel good, and what makes you feel unique to yourself, what expresses you as an individual. Already quite empowering. I'm really curious what we have next. Seven of Pentacles. And we have the Star. Star, again, about faith, about connection with the higher dimensions. This is about hopes and aspirations as well. Very Aquarian, this card. Not being afraid to dream, manifesting out into the universe, and just letting that intention kind of guide you and the work that you put in the next months until you achieve that goal, of course. Seven of Pentacles is about planting those seeds and putting in that work, that time, that effort in order to make your dreams come to fruition, and giving it that time, being patient with yourself, learning as you go, learning things that need to be learned in order to allow for this plant to be fully harvested, right? And it, again, first begins with faith. First you got to believe in yourself and the possibility of these things that you want or want to create can be yours. Okay, so speaking that out into the universe can really help kind of bring things along. Okay, week 1. For my 3 viewers, week 1. Week 1, February. One more card. Yes. So, okay, we got many. Okay, we have Ace of Wands. We have Justice. We have Four of Pentacles. And we have 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so saving, investing, that's all going good. You're earning, you're working every day. So that's nothing to be concerned about. If you want a job or yeah, you're looking for some work contract, and this Justice card here is about signing that contract, finding your passion, legalizing something that you do for fun. For example, your own personal business, which you're really passionate about. You've been working really hard on that, and you're finally able to kind of make it very legal as an official business, basically. And you might find some investors who are interested if that is relevant for you. Okay, what else? Yeah, you're feeling very inspired. This is getting into balance and really recognizing your boundaries and keeping that assertive. Like, yes, this is as far as you can come. I am not going to allow haters. I'm not going to allow any leeches on my energy. And I need to preserve this because I have this drive and I need to create something out of it. Because with the Ace of Wands, this is simply the seed. It's just the beginning, right? And it is up to you whether you do something with that passion and ignition or not. That inspiration that comes through, are you going to let it slide and just, feel good about it and then leave it be and then not work on things? Or are you going to go ahead and make something out of it? So I see you making something out of that. Okay. Week 1. Final 3. Yes, we have 4th house. So working from home is possible, or working on your home, your private self, what you think, the whole mindset thing that I was talking about here. The 4th house rules your private self, what you say to yourself. Also, ancestry and family roots. Home, I already mentioned. So yeah, if you're like purchasing a home or want to purchase a home, then you might see that yes, you can actually start looking or start buying a certain house, and you're just saving up, and everything that you've saved up, you're kind of investing them for the longer term. The house itself can be an investment as well, right? So that is going to be relevant for some of you. And also, if you're studying or want to enroll in a class, then this is about, you having enrolled here and you starting to, study for it, or you have some type of syllabus already. You might have an exam, and there are a variety of, ways that this can play out. But regardless, you're working and you are feeling inspired through it all. You understand your boundaries, and you assert your boundaries towards other people and situations and moods, and what type of self-talk you're going to tolerate and what type you're not, and so on. Okay? Being very balanced overall. Week 1. Oh, okay. We have D, we have C. DC, that's interesting. And we have the Ace of Cups. So Ace of Cups is about unconditional love and the pouring of different opportunities that make your heart very happy, or doing something that makes your heart very happy and fulfilled, following through with that and not caring about the outside world, because it's not about the outside world, right? You're nurturing yourself, kind of taking care of your own little bubble, and we need that sometime for maintenance, not just to, feel always fulfilled and soothed, but many times we need to, even though we need to look at ourselves, a lot of the times we're busy with the daily hustle and bustle and we miss out on that. So we need to go back in again for repairing and maintenance of our own self, right? So getting that as well. So you're kind of paying more attention to your private self and what is it you want to do and create. Okay, week 2 of February for pile 3. I knew it. I knew it was gonna like slip something. Okay. We have Knight of Pentacles, which I did not take away. So Knight of Pentacles, and what is this? 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, family time again. Family time, work, home, family environment, balance, and working from home is again possible here. What else? You're looking for your long-term financial planning or career planning. You're laying down some tangible objectives that you are going to be achieving, so certain smaller goals that you can employ, like to-do tasks, for example, for each and every day, and also monthly goals or weekly goals and so on, which gives you more of a realistic approach to, or practical approach to how you can go ahead and achieve the bigger goals and dreams, right? Ten of Pentacles is about the house thing, home, so you might be moving with your home into a new family. Oh my god, flip that around. You might be moving with your family to a new home. Okay, and that's where you're planning to live for a longer time. I was getting something else. Legacy, saving for the long term. Yeah, we already covered that. Okay, and we also have Knight of Swords, which is again a very action-oriented card. The Knights are always action-oriented. So this is like on top of that, this is risk-taking, this is adrenaline, this is going for it, not hesitating anymore, right? Because once you have the plan, you can go ahead with things. You don't need to stay slow, you don't need to keep steady all the time, right? Once you have the foundations covered, you can continue and doing what makes you feel good. Okay. Okay, we have North Node, which is life mission, hidden talents, and destination. So this is where our spiritual selves wants us to orient towards. It's usually not the easiest, but it is something that brings us a lot of fulfillment. So this month you're feeling a lot of that, this week especially, because you're feeling so safe, you're feeling comfortable, you're feeling loved and adored, and you are protected and supported no matter what you are doing. And not that you're banking on that, but because now you have a better idea of boundaries and better assertion of those boundaries, you actually feel more of that love from other people, or they are able to express that love a lot better somehow. I don't know how that works, but it usually happens that way. But in either case, that effect, that whole influence is giving you that boost to go forward and pursue your ambitions, your goals, and your dreams. You're very driven this week. Pile 3. Okay, we have a button. We have this I equate with Pentacles again. I know it's not directly that, but I don't know. In this case, And we have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Two of Swords. The flower here is about the blossoming again and the flourishing, the abundance that is coming forward for you. The Queen of Pentacles is again staying grounded, self-care, self-nurturing, and at the same time feeling bold, confident enough to, not bold, but like really confident, grounded, and secure enough to go ahead and pursue whatever you want. There is no more of that confusion because you are able to pay attention to your intuition while making different choices, because you feel safe and you feel very, very connected with the earth. Okay, nature is something that is really strong for you in week number 2. Okay, week 3, pile 3, February. I believe that's how the whole flow thing is happening as well. But yes, let's take a look at. I'm just gonna leave this there. Yes, we have King of Swords, which is a more mature version of the Knight of Swords, of course. And this can be a guide that you find or a mentor you find, but this is also you embodying that spiritual master or teacher role. You're able to communicate your thoughts very coherently. You can pay attention to the important details. You have very strong critical thinking abilities towards your own work and also towards what you deliver to other people, what you notice from other people, and you can understand the different layers of the meanings that they're trying to convey much more efficiently. Okay, and again, this is a very Aquarian card as well, and that's about like looking at the big picture, kind of the higher vision, the aspirations, and learning from the experiences, right? Knight of Swords goes and pursues those experiences, and the King of Swords learns from them, and that's what the maturity is all about. So you're a lot more collected mentally by the 3rd week. We have 5 of Cups. And we have Three of Pentacles. And we also have Shadow, Denial, Projections, and Opposites Attract. Yeah, so if you're feeling unhappy in some part of your life, like with the team that you have, for example, or the level of cooperation or teamwork you would like in your life in general, then this is kind of pointing you to look within, because you're really good at being autonomous, I feel, because everywhere it's kind of like you're working on your own craft, you're setting your own goals, you're being very organized, you have your mind straight. But when it comes to cooperating and teamwork, you might really secretly want that as well. Like, it's very nice to have, like, you know, both teamwork and individual work, right? But there can be some hiccups that happen when, you know, other people come in and play a certain role in your life, right? Like, for example, if you directly form your opinions and you know what you want and you have the goals and the vision already, other people might take a little bit longer to come on the same page, or they would like to oppose just for the sake of it, right? There can be that. But these tensions that you feel, also represented with the Seven of Wands there, the tensions you feel with the relationships that you have are oftentimes pointing or are mirroring things that are within us, things that we need to contemplate on. What are we willing to accept into our own lives and minds, and what are we not, and why? What is the priority and where does that come from? Because if anything is fear-based, that needs to be rectified. Right? That needs to be addressed, accepted, released, whatever it is, the root cause of it needs to be understood, because otherwise we keep acting, we kind of project those subconscious fears into our external reality in many different areas of lives, right? So this week can bring into your attention certain dynamics that you're not happy with teamwork or cooperation, or any misalignment within yourself as well, or the work that you're doing, right? So this can be like, oh, I put in so much work, but now I have to change certain things, and now I have to think differently, and so on. So it might feel a little bit unpleasant, because who does not like a one-shot brilliance, right? So that's something happening there, but it's nothing bad, it's nothing detrimental, it's actually helping you improve the work that you have been doing a lot more, where you can be really proud of it, and you actually end up expanding your own skill set. Yeah, okay. Okay, we have the Strength, we have the Star, and we have this Moon with the Angel or the Guide sitting on it. So very protected, very guided. All of these things, like I said, is kind of we see ourselves in others, or we see the things that we would like to shun away and put in the shadows in the interactions. The things we would very much like to avoid oftentimes end up showing up in the interactions we have with others, or people we care about have those same tendencies as well, which kind of forces us to look at it and to address it and change our viewpoint, or change the way that we're dealing with those same issues within us, right? So you're very much connected here, very attuned here, and it's actually, again, with the Strength card, increasing your experience, your tenacity. You are finding more courage after this point. It's not a downer at all, okay? It's just bringing you more and more awareness, and the King of Swords is also talking about awareness there. Okay, week 4. February, week 4, pile 3. Yes, we have 9 of Wands, staying strong, very determined, very persistent, have very good sense of boundaries. We have 5 of Swords there, and one card fell, let me get that. Yes, we have 8 of Wands. Yeah, so you might get, I don't know why I got this the first instant, you might get a lot of emails, and that's annoying. Yeah, the 5 of Swords and the 8 of Wands. I don't know why I got that. But anyway, What else? You're doing them, you're keeping on top of them. Work might really, you might have to go to work, that's possible. And that's, maybe you prefer to work at home or study from home. Week 4. But yeah, I feel like you're doing more of the things that you want to do, more things that you are very fond of and what fulfills you. And the more you want it, the more difficult it becomes to pretend you don't want it, or to pretend that you're fine in whatever you're doing at the moment. Yeah, that might be for someone. Week 4, part 3. We have Aquarius. A lot of Aquarius references here. Mind is definitely playing a big role. Things are moving really fast in week 4 overall. Yeah, again, if you like to take it easy, then this is going to feel a little bit annoying. But in other cases, if this teamwork thing is resonating with you, then with the 5 of Swords in the 4th week, this is about kind of getting annoyed with the whole competition or the conflict that happens within a team. Yeah, there's just an element of a single element of frustration, but you are not like bothered by it. Your entire week is not like dampened because of it, right? You're just like, oh my god, again, annoying, now what? And then you deal with it and it's done. Like, I don't want this to linger, I don't want this to keep going, so I'm just gonna deal with it now and it's done, move out of the way, next, right? You're very resolute in what you want to create, and this 8 of Wands is about like, okay, get it over with, next, you're moving things very fast, you're talking, again, very clearly, very cohesively, you're conveying yourself very clearly. When you say this far and no more with the 9 of Wands, the boundaries, this far and no more, you mean it. You're not going to allow that negativity to enter into your mind anymore. When you said no, you said no. When you say no, you mean no. Things of that sort. There is a lot of resolution, that tenacity kind of coming forward in 4th week. Yes, we have 3 of Swords, we have 2 dolphins, we have the bull, and we also have Ace of Wands. Yeah, so reigniting your passion, your fire. It might have been lost at some point in the past, but not anymore. You're like, nope, I'm gonna stand up for me. That's it. And the bull, representing Taurus here, is about like finances or career or self-worth and self-esteem, the things you hold valuable. All those things. This is my comfort zone and I need a comfort zone. Doesn't mean you're gonna stay there and never move again, but you deserve to have fun, you deserve to have a hobby, you deserve to have good friends and people around you, and you deserve to have a nice little comfort space where you can go home and retreat, right? It's not a massive ask. So you're establishing that and you're standing up for it, and yeah, you kind of do that yourself, and it's very empowering. I said that in the beginning itself, but through all the weeks it's empowering in very different notes, but that is always a part of the story. Yeah, okay, let's get you some advice. Advice for pile 3 for February. We have honor your own time of harvest, offer your gifts and blessings as service to the greater good. Okay, that reminds me. All the Aquarius things that we talked about, I didn't even describe it, but Aquarius is a very humanitarian sign. It thinks about the collective good. It does not really soft and mushy and gushy and whatnot, but it really does think about it, and it tries to solve it as best as it can in whatever way that it can, right? Okay, so that is one thing. So if you're trying to establish some sort of work related to all of that, then this is more encouragement for you, and also asking you to not rush anything, and things will happen in their own time. You do you, and sort the things that need to be sorted right now. The rest will be taken care of. Okay, we have Pheasant. The time is ripe for creation and connection. Focus your attention in these areas. Then we have the Loon. Pay attention to your dream time. Messages of guidance are drifting in. Yeah, with the star there, well, it's literally the night sky, right, in this image over there. And also here it's the night time. So that can be something very important there. And Eight of Pentacles is also about manifestation with all the moon cycles here, but also you can be a night person, you might work at night, or you can find time at night to work, or like shift your schedules around such that you work at night. Perhaps that is something more fulfilling for you. It doesn't need to apply to everyone. This can also be talking about when you sleep, you get your ideas in your dreams, so maybe keep a dream journal. Take what resonates here. Everyone has a different way of operating, so if that speaks more truly to you, then maybe do that. We also have Cardinal. Stand tall and proud. See the leadership role unfolding ahead of you. Yeah, with all of this, like family, having money for the family, expanding your home, or moving, or setting more goals, or having a new pattern, coming up with a new pattern. It can be that you get a salary increase, or you get a promotion, or you get a different job that pays you more, and can even give you of course, the higher rank in the company, or in whatever sector that you work in. But this is also about taking more charge and that empowering nature, right? Like just standing up for yourself and no, I believe in this. This is what it is, and I'm going to be the leader of my own life. If life is of my own making and choosing, then I choose this. Then I choose to make this happen, to feel this, to think this, to have this, and so on. Okay, what other words of encouragement would you like to give pile 3, please, for February? The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, we got that, the more fearless and free I am. Okay, it fell. Yes, in every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. Okay, so that's very nice. Again, that whole divine timing, divinity itself, and believing in your own self, having that greater self-worth, and realizing that unconditional love for yourself. That is obviously a theme that is going on in the background, and also kind of any backlog of your manifestations. It looks like it is showing up in the financial and the career sector, or in the sense of security and stability, whatever that means for you. Okay, so a lot going on here. I wish you the very best. This is what I have for you, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this gave you a lot of insights. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like the video if you like the reading. Share and subscribe as well. And yes, if you want a personal reading, you can always reach me via my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box and the comment below. Feel free to check out any of my other readings. Until next time, take care. Bye. Hi Pal 4, welcome to your reading. We'll take a look at what your February looks like. Okay, so we have Express by the waning gibbous moon, and we also have Moon Peak, which is Dream. Okay, so you're expressing your dream. This looks very proactive already. Quite active, you're going for it, you have your hopes and aspirations, and you're starting to kind of develop that in the outside world. We have cut the cords of doubt, integrate your knowing, and welcome the divine masculine. Again, the masculine is very action oriented. Integrate your knowing is talking about all the lessons you have learned in the past, the awareness you have gotten from each of them, the realizations you have had, everything basically that you have gone through that has made you the way you are right now. It's time to kind of put that into action. So first, by integrating all those different components that you have gathered so far, you kind of lose the cords of doubt. I know it says cut, but it feels more as though you're outgrowing it and you are welcoming a new chapter of productivity, inspiration, go-getting, risk-taking, calculated, but regardless, like, this is very proactive. You're making certain efforts, you're making things come true. There is a lot more about control and structure as well. Okay, we have Elder of Swords, which is again a very masculine card in a sense. First of all, because Elder represents the king, and the swords is the air suit is also a masculine element. Okay, we also have the Lovers, which is the combination of the divine masculine and the feminine. So relationships might be playing a big part in this month. We have Six of Pentacles, so recognizing how much you're putting into a certain relationship or a partnership, business or romantic, whatever is a significant relationship for you. This is kind of taking a look at how much you're putting into that relationship and how you're actually getting back, and in what ways do you need support, and in what ways do they need support, and how you provide it, so on and so forth. They're just the dynamic that you have that is kind of being recalibrated in a way so that the communication and the relationship is much more balanced. The Elder of Swords, or the King of Swords, again, is about having logic and reasoning on point. You are good at critical thinking. You are very good at communicating your ideas, thoughts, and opinions throughout the month. You have a very clear view of where you're coming from and why you are the way you are. Okay, so again, that very incisive look. The King of Swords learns through experience. It has traveled very far and wide, and these travels and adventures and the pitfalls and the rise, everything, like ups and downs, have taught this king everything that it needs to know in terms of the mental state of being, in terms of how you can convey what is in your mind. We have Four of Wands, which is really good for anything related with home. But there's also talking about like a reason to celebrate. So you can be, gathering with friends, and you might be celebrating a certain accomplishment. Six of Pentacles can also talk about getting a job. So if you're looking for one, then this is about having that free flow happening, and it can be a significant person that really helps you get to that job. So maybe start networking a bit, or use your networks a little bit more, like follow up and contact them more and more, and don't shy away from communicating or putting more effort into it, because what I'm getting here is that whatever effort you put in, you are going to get back. Okay, and just keep staying true to what feels right to you, basically, because the Elder of Swords is also about aligning yourself to the truth. What is feeling correct for you, what is objectively true, all of those things, kind of like from a bigger picture. If it makes sense for you, go and follow through with it. Okay, we have Explorer of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Very action oriented again. This is hardworking, studying, basically having kind of a routine and not slacking off, not procrastinating, but at the same time not rushing. Okay, you're taking it one step at a time. You have the sub goals divided, you have one bigger goal in the horizon over there, and you know what you're working towards, but you're like, there's no rush for this because the goal is not going to go anywhere. So if you have certain projects to deliver, it's kind of like the deadline is very far away, so you have to it's kind of the ideation phase where you just bounce off ideas and you kind of do a little bit of the work, and you have to keep rechecking. Or it can be something, let's say it's related to the house, then you have to make sure that the foundation is built very strong so that you can keep building on top of it based on what your dreams and desires are for that particular house. Right? So Explorer of Pentacles is someone who does the very groundwork and is very methodical and very practical and slow and steady with everything that it does, because it needs everything to be good quality. It has to be a solid base for you to build up on, right? So in terms of like jobs and careers, this can be that you're looking for more jobs, or you're making more of an effort towards finding the one that you like, that can make you happy, and you're not slacking off in this search. Okay, so you have a lot of energy backing you up this month. Okay, let's see February first week. How is that looking for pile 4, please? February first week. Yeah, we have so much strength and determination and just kind of standing your ground with the 9 of Wands and also the Strength card. Yes, really wonderful. Let's see. Oh wow, we have the Tower. So some sudden epiphany is kind of coming up, which is going to just bring into your awareness what you need to be doing. It's like a sudden drop that just happens. It's very surprising for you, as always happens with the Tower, but this is bringing you new awareness. I feel very much like it's more of in the form of epiphany, like, oh, why didn't I think of this before? Or, you know what, that's it, I'm gonna make this change and I will handle whatever comes as it comes. So you're becoming more resolute in your capabilities. That's one other thing. Okay, depends on what situation you're in and what you're really facing at this point in life. But regardless, it's like just blinding clarity that you cannot run away from, you cannot hide from. And if you're trying to hide, then it is going to feel painful. But if you're not, then it's something really pleasant. Being open to change is always the best way to deal with the Tower. Week 1, February week 1 for pile 4. But you have such incredible courage and strength and just resilience. My God, amazing, because both these cards signify that. Just make sure that it doesn't go to the rigid side. That's the only flaw in these two things. In another interpretation, it can be meaning that you're losing your rigidity, you're learning to go with the flow more. You're kind of giving shape to the structures that you have within to take form in something productive on the surface outside. Because many times, people who are rigid, they just stay rigid about each and everything, but they don't use that rigidity. When you use it, it becomes this resilience. Determination. There's no stopping you. It can move as fast or as slow as you want to feel more in the driver's seat, more in control, right? But if you do not utilize any of that, it comes out in many different manifestations that are not progressive for you, and that ends up in rigidity. We have Lilith, raw, primal, subconscious, and repressions. And we have Scorpio. So a lot of transformation happening in first week. A lot of hidden information coming to your knowledge. Again, Scorpio is about emotional depths and past subconscious programming that we still carry around in our shadows. So that can be something that comes into awareness of related to a certain pattern that has been repeating in your life, and you have been asking for clarity, and this is when it is coming for you. Week 1, please, for pile 4. Okay, we have D, we have E, and we have the Lovers again. Okay, so the Lovers also signifies making like a very big choice that is going to kind of have quite a lot of repercussions, not in a negative sense, but has a ripple effect throughout time, and it can significantly change your life, right? Such kind of major life choices. That's what included there. So it can be related to that as well, like, oh, I should, like, for example, if you're thinking of starting your own thing and you have your job right now, this can be about, okay, I can't do this anymore. So you're just done. You're just done very unexpectedly. It's over. You're done. You know, it can very likely happen that way as well if you're already on the verge of it. And it's coming because you are having so much more faith in yourself, because again, you have the integration of all the experiences that you have had and how that has built you up as a person, and what this person as you are right now can do if given the space and the right opportunities, right? So you're having faith and keeping that strength within yourself that the right things will come along. You just need to make the choice, right? For that, a lot of doubt and fears need to go away first. So I guess we're dealing with all of that in week 1. Week 2, how does week 2 look? Very spiritually connected with the Queen of Cups, emotionally balanced and mature, empathetic and compassionate, very intuitive, more in flow. Okay, then we have 6 of Swords. We have 3 of Swords. And we have Page of Swords. Okay, next astrology card, week 2. Yeah, I'm just getting that you're getting into a more like emotionally balanced state. You're perhaps researching more about the various emotional imbalances that can happen and how that stems from subconscious programming, and how we limit ourselves, and how we project our own feelings onto the outside world, and how we accept projections, and how it is so easy to kind of skip over the truth, because the superficial layer, that again, the projections part is just so appealing or compelling that you don't really go deep enough to look at the truth, right? There can be many different things that you're reading and learning at this time that can be related with this emotions and how that impacts your thoughts and the longer term, right? So knowing all of these things, there's a lot of awareness going on again, which is causing you to move away from things that are depleting to your energy. I'm just gonna take this one. Okay, my God. This card has come up for from pile 2, 3, and you guys. I don't know why. Descendant, shadow, denial, projections, and opposites attract. Yeah, we talked about this, so I'm not going to repeat that. Pile 2. Okay, we have 6 of Swords and the Star. So moving towards your hopes, dreams and aspirations, moving towards something that reason to celebrate, okay? It is a very divinely guided movement and a transition, as I always like to label the 6 of Swords as. So it's kind of, you don't know where you're headed exactly, but you just know that it's time to move on. So you're going to trust the guidance of the universe, and you will go where it takes you, because you know that that's better than where you are at the moment, in whatever context that we're talking about here. Now, 6 of Swords can also depict literal movement. So there can be kind of this bittersweet feeling of, oh, I'm going to be missing my place and the people that were there, or the neighborhood that is there, and so on and so forth. There can be that, but at the same time, you're also looking forward to all the new experiences you're going to have, the new connections you make, the new things you're going to learn, and yeah, all of those things. But this is just letting you know that, you know, it's a good thing that this movement is happening in whatever context we're talking about here. Okay, week 3, 4 viewers, February week 3. Yes, we have the Empress. We have 4 of Pentacles, and we have 6 of Wands. Week 3. Yes, we have Taurus. Okay, so you're saving more. You're being protective of your boundaries, of your possessions, things that you hold valuable. The Empress is then talking about being more creative, more nurturing with yourself, feeling productive as well. You're very connected with the natural rhythms. You're being more in sync with the moon cycles. There is that reason to celebrate that we have been talking about and waiting for so long. And whatever this is, it can be in a financial sense, by the way, which allows you to start investing or saving for the future, which kind of gives you more of a foundation to start a new base for yourself. That's also possible. Once again, it depends what you're looking for. Once again, the intuition is as well high in week 3 as well. It's very interesting that, you know, we got the Welcome the Divine Masculine, but we have already gotten so many feminine cards. This is the Divine Feminine here. Yeah, that's what I was looking at so far. Yes, we have the cat, again a very feline, feminine symbol, and we have N as well. By the way, these letters can be like your initials, or, oh, we have 10. Nice. We have 10. 10 can symbolize personal development and growth, kind of going through that cycle of ending one chapter and then now beginning another one, wrapping things up, that integration thing that we were talking about. Yeah, okay. But the letters can be your initials or some significant place. Its initials, someone significant as a person, even that. But week 3 has a lot of success happening here. You're feeling very abundant, you're feeling quite rich. It can be literal richness because we have Taurus here, so you can be getting some extra money around this time. Week 4. How many do we have? Okay, we have 2. The Star and Knight of Swords. Get you one more. Oh, okay. 6 of Pentacles, which we have here already, and we have 4 of Cups. Yeah, you're going towards something that is very inspiring and where you want to spend a lot of your energy. You're going to find your motivation and drive, and you're going to just go for your dreams and aspirations. You're not going to stop and overthink, because you've done that enough and there is no point of doing that anymore. You're already getting rid of that in first week itself. you're cutting that out from your life anyway, and this is kind of re-emphasizing that you're still sticking true to what speaks right to you, what is inspiring to you. Okay, we have IC, or the nadir point, which is private self, home life, and childhood. Now, this is like dreams and desires that can be stemming from way far back, okay, something that you've always wanted to do, and now you have the chance to pursue it. It can be something really small as well, like a hobby, or yeah, it can be basically anything, but having that element of inspiration in your life can encourage you or boost you to do the other things that would otherwise be very mundane and boring, right? So it's important to have that little bit of spark. Okay. Let's get your time, speak forward. Okay, we have the horse, which reminds me of the Knight of Swords, really. And we have the heart as well, so following what you love and what inspires you. We talked about that. And we have the Queen of Wands, which is again that spark that I was talking about, of creativity, of passion, of zest and enthusiasm. All of that is coming up here. Okay, let's get you some advice for February. What would you like to tell Pi for? Okay. We have the Finch. New opportunities and choices are opening to you now. Claim them. Yeah, so we already talked so much about choices, so more of that. Advice for Pi forward, please. We have the Goose. Your dreams and desires are calling you to action. The journey begins today. Amazing. I'm just going to take this one. Stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming to you. Yeah, we don't have to worry about groundedness because we have so much earth energy already going on here that, yeah, I'm not even gonna, it's crazy. It's always there. Like, you being very supported and you feel very supported and you have so much tenacity and resilience within you already. And I told you already, you're very much in connection with nature and the natural rhythms, so that's already awesome. Just stick to that. Okay, any words of encouragement would like to give pile 4 for February? Yes, we have, through prayer and meditation I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. Then we have hope is the conduit for miracles. Keep hope. And we also have, when I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. So I think this perspective shift is happening over here in week 1 itself, where you're seeing things from a different point of view. And the prayer and meditation that we're talking about, that is happening in week 2 and week 3. And basically it's pointing to how it is going to be very helpful to you. Okay, so that's what I have for you, pile 4. I really hope this reading gives you a lot of insights into the month ahead. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like the video if you like the reading. Share and subscribe as well. And if you want a personal reading, you can always reach me via my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box and the comment below. Feel free to check out any of my other readings. They're all there on my channel. Plenty different genres, so pick whatever you want, whenever you want. But until next time, take care. Bye.